Hi everyone, it's Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, we're going to be making this card right here. I use this card as one of my swap ideas for Stampin' Up! On Stage in April in Fort Worth. And we are using the Beautiful Day stamp set. I'm going to be using this floral image and this Always Thinking of You sentiment. And to start off with, I have a piece of Very Vanilla cardstock, or thick cardstock, which makes a great card base. Cut it 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And then I cut about a 4-inch square scrap of Very Vanilla, and I used the largest of the stitched shapes framelits circles and cut that out, and that's ready to go. I have a 3/4 inch by 3.5 inch piece of Berry Burst. Also a piece of crumb cake that is cut 4 by 5 1/4. And then I just need a little scrap of this lemon lime twist because I'm going to be punching some leaves, and that's what I had in my scrap drawer. It's a card base, but let's go ahead and punch these leaves and we'll have them ready to go. This leaf punch was carried over from the Stampin' Up! Holiday catalog, and I'm going to need 2 of those. All right, so now let's get ready to do some stamping. I'm going to take the card base first so that it's ready to go, fold on that score line, and give it a good crease with a bone folder. Next, I have this piece of crumb cake cardstock, and I'm going to be using this floral image and crumb cake ink, and I'm just going to ink up my stamp. And then I have a piece of scratch paper here. I'm just going to be stamping off, and then I'm going to make a background here. So I'm going to stamp this floral image about 4 times here, and you can barely see a tone-on-tone look, but it really makes a difference when you add that background. Off, and then let's stamp on over here, and then let's do that another couple of times. When you stamp, you ink up your stamp and then you stamp it directly there, or you're stamping off. This is called first generation stamping, and then without re-inking it again, this is second generation. Okay, and let's do that one more time. And I'm sure there are other terms for it. That's just what I refer to it. Most of the time I just say stamp on and stamp off. Okay, so I've got myself a background. Very light, but it's there. And now I'm going to use that same stamp and get my stitched circle framelit. This time it's going to be first generation stamping. That. And then I'm just going to center that and stamp it. Okay, that looks fine. You can tell it's quite a bit darker than the other, but that's going to look good. It's going to be just right. I have a little bit of faintness there, but this is going to be over top. If it wasn't, I probably would turn it over and restamp, but I'm going to leave it as it is. So, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to redo that. I'm going to use the back side of this, and I think I like the second generation stamping better. Okay, yeah. I'm going to press down. I could have used the other side, but I really like the fainter look better, okay? The second generation stamping. All right, so now I've got that ready to go. And so that is going to be in the center there. And I'm going to take these 2 leaves, punched leaves and lemon lime twist. Decide how I'm going to arrange this. And I'm going to put a little bit of snail adhesive back here in the corner. And that's going to peek out there. And another way to do this would be to fussy cut the flower out, but I really like the look of the stitched shaped framelits, the little faux stitching around the edge. Then that's going to go right there in the center. So let me go ahead and apply the rest of this. Okay, now we have our berry burst, and so I'm going to take that ink pad and that sentiment, and I'm going to do a test. That's good. I have a little bit too much ink there on the edge. Wipe that off and try not to press it too far down into the stamp pad. And stamp. I'm going to stamp it more to the right because I'm going to punch the end over here on the left. Okay. Then let me close this since I'm done with that. And I'm going to take the Taylor Tag Punch and just slide that in. I like to go past where the letters are and then slide it back so I know I'm not punching through the sentiment. Okay, so now let's get this right here over top. Some snail adhesive and just center that. Make it pleasing to your eye. Okay, now I have a piece of the Berry Burst metallic edge ribbon, and I'm going to fold that in half. It's about 6.5 inches long. I'm going to fold it in half, and then you can use linen thread or some very vanilla twine, but I had some burlap ribbon, and what I like to do is take one of the threads here, and just pull so that I can get a long piece of twine and use that to tie around my Berry Burst ribbon. And I thought to use this on this particular card because I thought it would go well with the crumb cake layer there. So what I'm going to do is kind of cheat a little bit. I'm doing a loopy bow, okay, and then let me cut that off there. There was about probably 24 inches, 20 to 24 inches of this because I like to give myself plenty of room to make my loops and then to have this piece that I tie around the center, okay? Then I'm going to trim this off, okay? And then, let's see, I'm going to take two ends here and tie it around to kind of gather up that piece of Berry Burst ribbon. And it probably would have been easier to trim it afterwards, Lisa, but that's okay. I've got plenty of room. Okay, I'm going to make a knot so that it's secure. Goodness, Butterfingers. All right, so now I'm just going to kind of adjust that a bit, trim some more here. All right, and then I'm going to use a glue dot to attach it right there. I love this particular type of ribbon treatment. And then you can always trim these edges if you'd like. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Make it a little bit shorter on the top there. Okay, there we go with that. So now all we have to do is apply that to the front of our card base, just like that. Snail adhesive. You could also use Tombow, the multi-purpose liquid glue. Okay, and then we're we're just going to center that where we have about a 1/4 inch edge around. And there's our card for today. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, let me know. Please visit my website at inkinspirations.com for details. And also, if you're on my YouTube channel, be sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.